Throughout history, if you like, Rongotai has always been the underdog. It's been one of those schools just by lack of numbers, really, student numbers, that has happened. If you look at the big schools, Rugby College, St Pat's Silverstream, St Pat's Town, you know, they're well over 1,000 pupils. Rongotai currently is just under 700. So that's where it gets its underdog status, and it's always been that way. But they tend to fight like an underdog does.
So you find your way back home. I want to shoot them, what's up? This is Rugby College.
Go Krys, boys! Can't hide here!
Yes, go boys! You want them?
Where it counts, boys. This is a payday.
Well, it's on 3, 1, 2, 3, burst! Go boys!
Golden eras, I guess, were in the mid-70s, the mid-90s, and the early 2000s, where we won a championship in 1977 as an under-19 grade, where all the big schools played. But then with the advent of the Premier 1 competition in the 90s, Rongotai College went across to that with all the other schools and had a really golden period in the mid-90s, which saw them play national top 4 for 2 years in a row, won 3 titles on the trot in Wellington here, and in 2003 won the Wellington title again. And through those periods, we've actually had some really good players. So we've had a number of Super Rugby players: Motu Matu'u, Roy Kini Lau, and of course, you know, our big 3, Ma Nonu, 100-game All Black, Julian Severe, 50 Test All Black, and Ardi Severe, who I'm sure will go on and emulate the feats of them both. I think the underlying thing that underpins Rongotai College Rugby is actually the culture. We've had a really big Polynesian influence in the school, and which has driven the culture of rugby. Style of play, or our philosophy, we believe it actually creates players that can make their own decisions on the field. We're really big on that. We're not into planning a game, if you like, down to the detail. You know, here you'll do this, here you'll do that. But we just let the kids explore rugby for what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, they're only kids, you know, 15 through to 18. And it's really important. That's a really formative time, not only in terms of rugby, but their life in general, about learning how to explore things and develop, make mistakes. So we believe that actually stands them in good stead for life outside of school as well. When we took over in 2013, what we really wanted to do was, our philosophy was to give the kids a really good experience, a really good rugby experience. You know, TV and, you know, it's saturated with professional rugby. And so with that becomes a dream for these kids to want to play professionally. And of course, not everyone goes on to play professionally, but if that's their dream, then we sort of feel that we're obligated to at least give them a glimpse of what that's like. So we set about setting up a program, and it wasn't done all in 1 year. It's been done over a period of 5 years. We've introduced different things every year to keep it fresh. Okay, first of all, thanks very much for taking the time out this weekend, Saturday, to come along and have a little look at what we do and put yourself on the paddock and finally get ourselves underway. I think the big thing about today, from Joe and my point of view, is very simple. Just want to have a look at what you've got in terms of the work you do off the ball. Everyone looks really good with the ball in their hand, but it's your energy and your enthusiasm and your knowledge about what I need to do when I haven't got the ball in my hands. Because in a 70-minute game, essentially, you're probably only going to have the ball for 30 seconds. So for the other 69 and a half minutes, we want to know what you're going to bring to the team. So that's the big thing that we're looking for today. What we're going to do here is our 10 and 20 metre. Next week we'll do the 40 metre, but hopefully we can get outside on the track. Our yo-yo test and a plank. So they're sort of the main tests that we want to know, and it just tells us a little bit about you and how much work you've done. There are standards that need to be met for nomination into Wellington under 16 and Hurricanes under 18s in terms of your yo-yo test, and we won't be putting anyone forward for those various teams until they meet that standard. So yeah, that's a little bit of incentive for you as well. If you have any desire to make any of those teams, then you need to be putting in the work. All right, so I'll make that very clear. Just enjoy yourself. You know, this is the sort of the start of the road, and if any of you have any desire about going any further in rugby, and I'm sure that some of you have put that on that piece of paper about playing professional rugby as your dream, well, it sort of starts here, because this is the workload, this is the sort of things that those sort of people want to know. You know, how fast can you run? You know, what's your aerobic capacity? So this is where it starts for you. So we're just giving you a little bit of an insight into what it's like in the professional arena, all right? And those boys that were in the team last year, they'll tell you that you know, that's how we run it, okay? So just be aware. All we're looking for is your character today. How hard you're going to compete, okay? How long you're going to stay in the fight for the yo-yo and the plank, okay? That's really important to us, because at the back end of games, when it gets tough, we want to know those boys that are going to be there. You know, with any rugby program, it's very similar to building a house. You know, we have to build a really strong foundation and a real wide foundation. The stronger the foundation, the higher that the house can go, and it's no different to a rugby team. So we've introduced things, you know, like a good nutrition and hydration program, a strength and conditioning program, you know, things like that professional rugby encompasses. You know, we've got a number of coaches that take specific areas, and it's when they come to training, it's all timed. You know, they've got 10 minutes doing this, 20 minutes doing that.
So we're going to start off with pulse raises. So we've gone from sitting in our desks at school, walking around, running around and joking with our mates, where we need to really focus in. All of it's going to be fun, okay? But we also need you guys to apply yourself, okay? Really push yourselves individually, collectively as a group. So each individual input will dictate our team output. Cool? DJ, can you set the scene for us, please?
One of the things that we wanted to bring in, and it was our early morning sessions, which we've done, 6:30 in the morning, twice a week. Obviously met with a little bit of resistance at the start, because, you know, kids have to come from, you know, Pororua, which is a 30-kilometre trip in the early hours of the morning, Lower Hutt, which is, once again, is another 30-kilometre trip. So, you know, for some of them it's hard. However, we want them to do hard. We want them to know what hard is, and we want them to be able to formulate plans around hard. And so how's it going to get easy for me? And it's not just the senior players, it's all the leadership groups, it's the younger players as well. So we've got 3 or 4 under 15 players that will play under 15 this year as part of it, and they haven't actually missed a beat. So they're going to become better rugby players. But what happens is those players will become first team players in 3 or 4 years' time. And so that's just going to be part and parcel. It's just going to be, this is Rongotai College rugby. This is what we do. This is our culture.
Boys, this is not a time to chat. This is a time to get focused for the session, because we're into it. Yeah? Let's go. Work hard. It's you guys. I can't force you guys to work. We're just laying an environment for you guys to compete. Don't cruise, boys. You can't hide here. Stay in the fight, boys. Stay in the fight. Go, Bash.
You know, we're looking for the kid that just does it. He just gets out of bed. He's there on time. And I've got to say that there's more of those than there is not. So we're very, very happy with that. So that's what we're looking for. And we're looking for kids who can transfer what they're taught on the training field to the playing field. We don't need to be great from day one. We just need to be great on the last day of the season.
Shot, boys. Let's go, B. Last one, B. Stay in B. Keep pushing, BDs. Go, B, now. Let's go, B. Make it, B. Make it. Shot, B. Shot, B. Push it, boys. Second combat. Back on the line. Let's go. Back on the line. Stand up, Jason. Let's go, Giorgio. One man, Matt. Shot, Jason. Keep pushing. Shot, Matt. Left it.
17.
Well, Will. Up, Will. Keep going, bud. Watch Giorgio. Shot, Will! Shot, G-Man!
This is where it counts, boys. This is the payday. Last man standing. Come on, push, Stevie, push. Push, bro. Good. Good. Who's going to be left? Who's up? Who's up? Come on, Sauce. This is where you start standing out, Sauce. This is where people start knowing your name. Not buried in the middle. Come on, Sauce, make a name for yourself, bro. Come on, son. Come on, push, push. Good boy. You got one more in you. You got one more. Come on. Come on, push hard. Good boy. And again, push, push, push. Come on, mate. One more. Set that. Set the record, son. Set the record. Yeah, good boy. Well done. Awesome effort. So the expectation on them once you become a first 15 member is very high, and they need to knuckle down and do some really hard work.
Boys, our fitness, our conditioning, our pain is not a weakness. We want to convert that into an asset. We want to own that. Okay, we want to own the conditioning. We want to own our fitness. We want to own the hurt. Because once we own it, then we can pass it on to someone. Who are we going to pass it on to? The opposition. Okay? Good boy, Mitchell. Good boy, Bash. Work hard. Work hard. Go, compete. Compete. 2 minutes recovery on the end. Go, 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 Jonathan, go. Go. Keep going, my man. Good. Great pace. Good work. Go. 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 Good, DJ. Great power. Through there, you're right. See, he doesn't want to compete. He doesn't want to compete. Well done. 1 minute.
Here's the next phase of the day. So what we're going to do here is we'll name 2 teams. We'll give you the jersey colours. Go and put those jerseys on with the numbers that you've been given. Okay. Once you've done that, back in the bleachers, and then we'll introduce Marius, the referee. Righto. So we've got the information here that you've given us. Some of you may not be playing in the position that you've put down, but like I said at the start, all we want to see is what you do off the ball. Okay, and as we go deeper into the pre-season, obviously we'll start putting things together into the positions that we also want to see you in. Well, what I'd like to do today is we just want to get some sort of shape around our game, the way we play it. Okay, so Mitchell, you and Machu will be in charge of letting these boys know what our game plan is. Yep. So what we want to do is play the way we want to play this year, which is anything in our half. Machu, the next set piece will take place in the opposition's half. How you achieve that is entirely up to you. You know, if there's space there or whatever, run it. You know, from the return, from the counter, it's on, you know what I mean? In between the halfway and the 22 on attack, we want to give it some width.
2-4-2 sort of thing.
Yes? Well, they won't be playing that this year, but we just give it plenty of width, okay? Then in the 22 to the goal line, we just tighten the whole thing up, okay? Keep it nice and close. Get the forwards to rumble. That's their time, that's their moment in the game, right? And we want to make sure that the forwards have their bite as well.
Sweet.
Okay? So you need to go away and tell your team that, and see, and how they understand that will be shown on the field. So okay?
What are we doing in terms of like lineouts and stuff?
Oh, it's up to you, mate.
Oh, so we're just doing that now?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Okay. For you guys, what I want you guys to do is I basically want you to run everything. If it's in your 22 defensively, you kick it, get rid of it, okay? Give them a bit of time with the counter-attack, and then, just run everything. To try and just keep the ball in hand, all right, as many times and as many, putting together as many phases as we can, okay? And just bang, bang, bang. Then at half time, we'll actually switch over, and the other team will do that, and you guys will do the other one that I've just explained, all right? Okay? All right? Cool.
Shout out KP, shout out CTF, shout out VMG. You should know that. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid, yeah. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. Go! I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. I'm getting
Everyone's had a game. Change those game plans, please. We don't expect them to be great now, but with the coaching and the transferables onto the playing field, then we do expect them to be great at the end. And whatever that great looks like will be determined by them, not by us.
It's
it's really important to understand that we want to be competitive. We're competing for places amongst our own little group here, and that's really important. And you guys get the first bite of the cherry, so to speak, by putting your stake in the ground. And those guys that we've left behind, I feel sorry for them, but at the end of the day, you guys are the guys that we think have done the work and deserve to have first crack at this.